like that. Woo!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page for the newcomers, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Also, like, share, subscribe to the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Go on to our Twitter, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast, as well, and hit our Cash App for all this great content that we dropping for y'all. Man, we do it for you guys, of course. And from when I say we do, I'm talking about me and my co-host Rick Masters as well. We do this for y'all. So if you guys want to, show your love to the podcast, go to our Cash. Is based off the information. If you like what y'all hearing, continue to support. Let's go to some of these comments, man. Salute my man Bubba, Sixer Faithful. Said, BJ, you nasty for that title. How am I nasty for the title? We gotta talk about it, man. Right? Raheem Mostert said winning chip in 2024. Yes, sir. Melo crying somewhere on earth. Yeah. Melo's done. Melo talked all that trash in the first round. Now he getting exposed like his sorry sons, Phoenix Suns. What's good, Jarrell? What's good, brother? What's good? Hey, so let's get into it, man. Had a Eastern Conference showdown today between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Boston Celtics, where the Celtics were victorious 87-121. And we got to talk about it, man. We got to talk about what in the world happened in this game. Now, the Sixers and the Celtics right now are tied at 1-1. In the series about to Philadelphia. I believe the game's going to be on, if I'm not mistaken, on Saturday. If not Saturday, then Friday. The game will be, this will be game 3 between these two. And, of course, the first game, the Sixers pulled it out and a close nail biter. But this game was a blowout, 87-121. And just going by, the statistics of this game, as I do every, breakdown I do, I see that pretty much the Celtics beat them in every category. They beat them in everything, and everything they didn't beat them in, they either tied or, they tied. So they beat them in every single category. There's not one category the Sixers did better than the Celtics. Not one. So that right there says, pretty much you're going to probably lose that game if you're Philadelphia. And they just look, off from start to finish, man. They just were not, on a good, good page. My man T Sweezy, I'm gonna get you on, bro, for sure. I'm gonna drop the link in a minute. Appreciate you coming in. Go follow my man T Sweezy on his YouTube page as well. Celtics podcast, great commentary, great content as well. Talks about, not just the Celtics, but other teams as well. So go and follow my man T Sweezy. I'll drop the link in a minute. But all in all, bro, they just look, out of sync throughout the start of the game. Now, maybe the Sixers just looking at getting the split in Boston. That's why they look the way they look. But they just look like they were just not ready to play. So all the team statistics favor the Celtics, as well as you look at the Celtics, their team. And I look at their team. Really, no one had to really go off. Like, Jason Tatum had 7 points. 7 points for Jason Tatum, their best player. So they were just coasting throughout the whole game. Malcolm Brogdon got busy in the mid-range. Jaylen Brown led them in scoring with 25 points. And guys like Derek White and Marcus Smart had 15 apiece. So they had five guys in double figures. And that, pretty much said they shared the ball, shared the wealth. And They just, came out, focused to win this game. It's almost as if Philly threw the game on purpose because I look at there's no one even had over 20 points with the Sixers. Not one person. Now, James Harden had that big 45-point game in game one. He followed up with 12 points and 10 rebounds and 4 assists. So, you know, I didn't expect him to come out, with another blazing, performance like that. But nonetheless, they got the split for the Sixers. Now, I want to get into this real quick. If y'all coming in here, hit the like button. We got 12 people in here. Hit that like. Big Nep Network was good. He said 76ers ass. What's good with you, bro? I ain't never seen you on, man. Appreciate you coming on the show. Hit the like button. I'll drop the link in a minute. Now, um, let me first give my congratulations to Joel Embiid. Um, Joel Embiid was awarded the MVP of this season. Well deserved. Um, I have nothing but the most respect for Joel Embiid based off of him coming into the league, missing a couple first seasons of his career due to injuries, and having to work his way back to the player he is. He's able to accomplish something that very few are able to accomplish. Not just him as a player individually, but his basically what he's been through and through his whole life. Like, not too many people can say they're MVP, but Joel Embiid, coming from Africa, he had a speech or a small little speech about what it meant to him to get the MVP. He said, for us Africans, we don't have a lot of these opportunities. The probability of us making it here and let alone being an MVP is probably -0, but improbable does not mean impossible. Joel Embiid don't win an MVP. I had Joel Embiid winning the MVP last year, and I really, went to bat hard for him. I said, you know what, that was a robbery. I can understand the first season, but last year should have went to Joel Embiid. And to be quite honest with you, I would have not been surprised if they gave it to Nikola Jokic for a third year, just to say, oh, he's a 3-time MVP. But they got it right this time by giving him the MVP. He's leading the league he led the league in scoring. And he also one of the probably the most dominant player in the league outside of Giannis. He's been pulling his weight with this Sixer team. So all congrats to Joel Embiid for winning MVP, but that does not mean we have to ask the question, as y'all can see right there, will he prove it? When I say will he prove it, I'm talking about will Joel Embiid and the MVP during the season prove that he's the MVP of the playoffs? But to be quite honest with you, he's been very average in the playoffs. In the Brooklyn series before he went down with that injury in Game 3 to now, his first game back, he had 15 points. Now, I'll give Joel Embiid a little bit of slack because he is coming off an LCL sprain in his knee, which a lot of people had him sidelined for, possibly almost the entire series. So him wearing the knee brace and him being out there just to play shows a lot about, how serious he is about winning and getting out the second round finally in Philadelphia, right? So that's a big thing. He said Joel is happy as hell. He deserved it. Joel put up with Ben, BS coaches. He can make a league in Africa, technology, and fine. I'm happy as well. Yeah, all facts, bro. Appreciate y'all coming through. Hit the like button when y'all come in here. Hit that like button. But Joel Embiid, man, he definitely deserves what he's getting. But he got the LCL sprain in his knee. I was really surprised for him to come back because we just seen PG went through the same injury with that hypersection of his knee being sprained. And people were saying, he was out for like 6 weeks. Right. So it kind of sheds light on, PG's situation, him going through the sprained knee as well, which shows to me that he didn't want to take the risk of going out there, possibly, re-injuring, which I definitely understand. But it shows something that Joel Embiid was willing to even get out there and at least play and show, his toughness. So I definitely think that, Joel Embiid deserves props for that. But again, we have to ask the question, could Joel Embiid be the MVP of the playoffs? Because I've seen this one crazy stat right here that he has a 1-9 record against the Celtics in the playoffs. 1-9. That's very that's very alarming, right? To be that low in the playoffs at 1-9 is something that you don't expect from a player of Joel Embiid's caliber. But nonetheless, that's pretty much what the situation is. He has a 1-9 record against the Boston Celtics. Now, if you're a Celtics fan, like my man T Sweezy in the chat, then you feel very good about that. If you like my man Bubba, who's a Philadelphia 76er fan, or Andre B, then that's kind of an alarming situation for you. So Joel Embiid, like I said, I'm happy for him to get the MVP, but now he has to prove it because this is the one thing that he needs to do. He needs to be able to prove in the playoffs that he's that guy. It doesn't really matter if you can do that in the season. You got your MVP award, great. Now we're gonna see what you made of when it calls for you to, play a team in the playoffs like the Celtics caliber. Remember, the Celtics are the Eastern Conference champions. They just got back from the finals last season. So if the Sixers are able to put the Celtics out with Joel Embiid leading the charge, that'll be very big for his legacy. And then, because I feel like whoever comes out of this series can possibly go to the finals. I don't see the Knicks beating either one of these teams. I could see Miami possibly, but I don't see the Knicks beating one of these teams because I think Miami has the experience, the grit, and they got a guy in Jimmy Butler who's made for these playoffs. And I think that Miami matches up very well with Philadelphia and Boston, right? So we're gonna get into this, man. I'm gonna let y'all know we got some Celtics and some Sixer fans in here. So let me get y'all perspective of the series. I know I kind of came in a little bit late, so I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all come in right away. And we gotta, chop it up a little bit. Make sure when y'all come in here, we're gonna allow one at a time to talk. And from there on out, we're gonna, have open talk. So let me hear what y'all gotta say, and we'll go from there. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe. If y'all coming in here, man, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal as well. And yeah. Appreciate y'all. But this is gonna be a great series, in my opinion. Most of these series are pretty good, honestly, man. Honestly, these are all really good series. All right. Let's see. What up, C? What's good?
What up, BJ? You see my comment?
Which one?
No, Andre don't know I got a channel.
Yeah, I'll just shout you out at the beginning.
They don't know the name, bro.
Yeah, T Sweezy, right? Just go type in T Sweezy, right?
Yeah, some people don't know how to spell that shit.
If y'all want to go follow my man T Sweezy, man, go follow him right there on the just type that, same name in the chat box. That's his YouTube channel. He got the Boston Celtics is his team. So go follow my man T Sweezy. Maybe what you got about the game, bro?
I knew who was gonna win. I'm not gonna lie. The way the game was going in the first half, I kind of got nervous because Embiid just kept falling to the ground. Harden was just flopping. You feel me? They couldn't get their shit off or whatever, bro. So it's like I'm like, damn, because Grant Williams, he literally stepped up on Joel Embiid and he didn't even touch him, and they gave him a foul call. You feel me? And it's like, damn. So if it wasn't for the refs cheating, we would have blew them out in the first half, bro. So it took us like the second half to make some minor adjustments or whatever, and then we had to change the way how we play defense and shit. You feel me? Even though our game plan worked on defense, Harden, he didn't turn into Houston James Harden tonight or whatever. Joel
Nah,
Embiid, he's still injured. You feel me? So what's his injury again? Don't he
he
got
has an
concussion
LC.
protocol
He has
again?
an LC. He has an LCL sprain, a right knee sprain.
Oh, he got two injuries.
Well, it's one injury. Is just the LCL is part of the knee, so that's just basically saying he has a sprain in his knee, but it's on the LCL. It's
Right,
three parts of your knee: the ACL, the MCL, the LCL, and the PCL.
right.
So
BJ man, fucking because I'm looking because the last game we lost it because Missoula he can't coach. You get what I'm saying? He don't know how to game plan. Like I don't know why he was refusing to guard. Double team James Harden or whatever. You get what I'm saying? And like
mhm.
what I was gonna say, and I don't know why. Like the second half in the first game, like Rob only played 19 minutes. Rob barely seen it for the second half. Feel me? Grant only
Yeah,
played 1 minute. Like he subbed Grant Williams in for like 1 or 2 minutes and then subbed him right out. You feel me?
right,
And
right.
then Al Horford, like the whole playoffs, he haven't been getting anything going. 3 points, 5 points, 8 points, 6 points. You know what I'm saying? We give Al Horford getting a lot of wide open looks, and it's like he's missing, and his shots not falling. Like, don't get me wrong, though. Al Horford is getting rebounds and blocks and shit like that, or whatever. But he old though. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I
cause
mean,
we damn near
y'all
played him
don't,
40 minutes. So you asking him to rim protect, rebound, and his shots, bro? Like, come on, bro. You're not
but
gonna get that from Al
you
Horford
know
every
what,
night.
you know what. No one on your team played more than 30 minutes, so that actually is good because most of your guys got rest. Most of your main guys got they have to
I
play.
love it.
So that's actually a good thing. So you guys will have a lot of energy going into Philly.
Yeah,
Now,
man.
what you see you guys need to do in Philly to split or try to get two?
What I was gonna say. Uh, stick to the same game plan. Deny Harden the ball. Pressure him because Harden. He's still one of the best guards in the league, but he's not Houston James Harden. You get what I'm saying? Like he may show
Mm,
sometimes, but he can't do it consistently because you know what I'm saying. He got older. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he is in shape and he's not injured no more, or whatever. But like, uh, what I was gonna say, Harden, he don't got that same explosiveness like he did before. You get what I'm saying?
nah, he don't have that at all, and he shouldn't be able to
He
keep up
still
with
could
the.
dribble and put a rock and all the other shit and shooting all the other stuff, but it's like I'm like it's like he's not the 38.5 Harden no more. You feel me?
He ain't the 38-point Harden consistently. He can do it in spurts, like he did the other night. He can get you 45, but he ain't gonna do that like the whole series.
Yeah.
So you're right. He shouldn't be able to keep up with y'all pace. But the only thing I'm kind of looking at though, what y'all need to do, if I don't know, do you think that at some point the physicality is gonna get to Tatum? Like say, I don't know, PJ Tucker or those guys are gonna start, you know what I'm saying, try to, play physical with him,
Oh, he did
especially
did
in
that.
Philly.
He did that with KD. I do remember that though. I ain't gonna lie though. PJ Tucker was a key role player when he was on Milwaukee. A lot of people be sleeping on him,
Right.
but
Yeah.
that nigga regrets though.
Yeah. He did from like Miami too last year. He wasn't really effective in Miami. He
Oh
kind of
yeah, he had his worst. He had his worst shooting percentage. Like behind the arc, he shot bad. You feel me?
right.
But PJ Tucker, he does the small shit. Nobody noticed. Like just like Draymond. You feel me?
Hmm.
Like he's a good
Well,
defender. All that. He get a lot of offensive rebounds and shit. Like
I wouldn't call him like a. He's okay. He ain't like
no,
super solid.
he passed his prime.
Yeah, he just he just out there kind of like the toughness of the team. He kind of like the muscle, but it ain't really like it's all for show. You know what I mean? Like it's not
Other
something like, you
yes,
know.
yes. So pretty much other than Maxi in the first half, nobody really done nothing. You get what I'm saying?
Well,
And then
Maxie a dog
how
though.
many
I like
players they
Maxie.
got in the how many players they got in double figures? Philly.
They have four. They have four players in double figures. Let me pull it up. They had Maxi, Harden, Embiid, and Harris. So they have four guys. You guys have five guys in double figures.
Yeah. So the first half, they shot 41% from the field goal. We shot 42. It was a 49-57 at the half. They was 1 for 3 from the three. They couldn't get nothing off. We was 8 for 12 from the three. You know what I'm saying? They was
Mm.
4 for 16 from the free throw. This time we made all of our free throws. We missed a lot of free throws last. We missed about 4 free throws last game. And imagine if we would have made all of them, we would have won the game, or we possibly went overtime.
Y'all literally beat them in
And
every
then our bench,
category.
our bench scored 13, and then they bench scored 4. Like they bench like wasn't doing that. Niang, Jaden McDaniels. Who else came out they bench? I ain't gonna lie, Paul Reed had a solid game though. He started, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing in the second half or whatever. But
Shake Milton had 4. He had 4 points.
bro, I'm trying to see why they didn't play Shake Milton. Shake Milton, cool.
Yeah, he's straight.
I like Shake Milton.
I just
Um,
think what the problem is. I think that y'all got too many long wings, and I don't think Doc really trusts too much of his bench.
Cause yeah, cause last game he didn't really play Jaden McDaniels until like the last minute. You feel me? And he should have put him
Yeah,
in. You feel me? Because he's a good defender, but I feel like Doc don't know how to utilize him right. Cause dude, he not like his. I mean, he a good defender, but he's not like his. You know who his brother is, right? His twin.
Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah. That nigga cool, bro. The
Yeah,
Timberwolves
from
is found a
Minnesota.
gem.
Yeah, from Minnesota.
That nigga cool, bro. But I'm not gonna lie though. Shit, them niggas didn't do all that shit against the what you call it? They would have been playing in Memphis. I could bet my money on that. If they had Rudy Gobert, Nas Reed, and McDaniels, they would have played. They would have played the fuck. You feel me? But that's for another story.
Yeah.
But anyways, what I was gonna say, we had a plus 33 advantage from downtown. We had 7 Celtic players knocked down to 3. Tatum, he was 1 for 7. He had we were saying Tatum didn't really play the second half. He had 7 points. Last time Tatum was in single digits was in November in 2021 against the Toronto Raptors when he had 8 points. But we didn't need his services tonight thanks to Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White, Robert Williams. Oh, hey, did you see our second half defense, bro? We was everywhere. We was flying all over the place.
I'm not gonna lie. Y'all are a very, very deep team, man. Y'all are extremely deep.
People don't realize it, bro.
Extremely deep.
People
Y'all
don't
kind of
realize it,
remind us. You kind of remind me of our team, bro. Like honestly, as far as y'all depth, like I
bro.
got
Y'all
like
got
y'all can go
man.
10 deep. Y'all can go about 10 deep.
BJ, I ain't gonna lie though. I thought you was capping because you was a Clipper fan about the Suns, not this, not that. But you were right, bro. You was like, bro, if we would have had Paul George and Kawhi, we would have easily beat them niggas, bro. I'm not gonna lie though, bro. Like y'all got a well balanced roster or whatever. Like them niggas, what hurt them is like is they fucking depth. And then Biombo, he's trash. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they didn't get it big, knowing damn
Yeah,
well when Aiden was out, that was hurting him. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
CP3. That nigga don't like that nigga rely on mid range too much. He don't get to the basket like how he used to. You feel me? Um,
yeah,
Devin Booker is pretty much carrying this team or whatever. You feel me? And then like you can't expect like KD and Booker to play 40 minutes a night, and they gotta play defense. Like they're gonna be tired. You get what I'm saying?
bro. They might get swept in the series, bro.
And
They
then
might get,
Aiden a fucking cat, bro. I don't know what's going on with him.
bro. I'm telling you, they might get swept this series. Either they gonna get swept or they gonna get gentlemen swept. It's gonna be one of the two.
I'm not going.
Denver gonna win one of those games in Phoenix, bro. At least.
Man, I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not going to lie though, bro. Like I'm not going to lie. Denver, like Denver is a threat. Like Denver is the only team that I could be like, okay, they can give Celtics. You know what I'm saying? A problem. You feel me? But
Hmm.
like all the other teams, bro, if you look at the first game, Malcolm Brogdon didn't play. Um, Rob Williams and Al didn't play, and we had Blake Griffin starting in Cornette, and we still beat them. And the refs gave them a lot of calls. And then the second game, even though that was a foul, people want to admit, don't want to talk about how LeBron traveled before that, how Patrick Beverly grabbed Grant Williams by the neck on the layup on a fast break, on how Schroeder fucking clothesline Grant Williams. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wouldn't get no calls. And then the thing about the Lakers is, like, them niggas, they be hacking. You feel me? And then it's like, we just a smart and disciplined team. We're nothing like the Grizzlies, bro. Like, the Grizzlies, bro, to me, like, I don't know if you agree with me or not, but they're the worst team in the playoffs. based off what I've seen. 35-9.
Mm,
Like,
yeah,
and then not only that, they got blown out by them at 30 in game 6. Like, come on now, bruh.
they was they the most
And then
undisciplined team.
LeBron and AD didn't really kill him. You know what I'm saying? It was just role players, Hachimura and what's that nigga name?
Austin Reeves,
Reeves, yeah, and Stroder.
Schroeder.
Stroder was playing good defense, bro.
Yeah, Memphis. I've never been big on Memphis, bro. Memphis is
But
just a team that just you know what I'm saying is for show.
yeah,
So
I thought, you know what I'm saying, since they're the only team that get Golden State, probably I thought they was going to be like how they was last year. No, boy, was I wrong, bro. Um,
they got
I know
worse.
they didn't have Steven Adams. They didn't have Brandon Clark. You get what I'm saying? They lost Slow Mo and they lost D'Anthony Melton. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Those are two big
Memphis is known
losses.
for their grit, nasty defense.
Yeah, that's two big losses right there.
Yeah,
So
and
you ain't
then
got
they should have
that, then it's a
kept
problem.
Melton. Because Tyus Jones is not a good defender, right? He's okay. Like, he's not, you feel me? Ja nice, but Ja got hurt. Ja just gotta, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? He a decent shooter, but he just gotta develop that shooting. And then he gotta stop dribbling with his head down. Like, he go into the paint like hella recklessly. You get what I'm saying? Like, Ja need to focus
Yeah,
on getting his teammates involved. You get what I'm saying? Like, Ja can play make, but he's not an elite, like far as running point guard, bro, like he's not like elite at running the floor. You get what I'm saying? He plays more like a two guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, why
hmm
are you trying to dunk on AD and LeBron? You get what I'm saying?
he just said who he is, bro. So let me ask you this question: do you think that they made the right choice of getting rid of Dylan Brooks, and do you think that they're gonna be better next year?
Um, hold on. What was your question?
Do you think Memphis is gonna be better next year or worse,
Uh,
or you
shit.
don't know?
I gotta hold on, real quick. Give me a second. All right, you said, do I think? Well, what was your question? I'm sorry about that. Somebody tried to call me.
Nah, I said, do you think Memphis is gonna be better next year or worse?
Um, I don't know, man. They gotta make some. They gotta make some moves. Like, um, they need somebody like a Gary Payton. They need some or DiVincenzo. You feel me? Um, they need a legit backup center. Um, Xavier Tillman. You know what I'm saying? He did a decent job, but he has no offense. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So Memphis, they just need to upgrade the forward position. You know what I'm saying? Um, if they would have somebody like a Vanderbilt, I would have been nice. But instead, they went to go get another guard like Luke Kennard. I'm not gonna lie though, Luke Kennard cool though, but I can't believe, like, damn, I didn't know since he got hurt. I didn't know, like, I'm like damn, because I didn't even see how he got injured. I'm like, damn, bro, because Luke Kennard was
he
like
hurt
one of
his
the reasons
shoulder.
why they won Game 5. You feel me?
He hurt his shoulder.
And then it hurt, and then it hurted them. You feel me? And then the Lakers is crashing the boards. You feel me? And then Lakers got a lot of foul calls. So Jared Johnson try to, you know what I'm saying? He try to play smart. You feel me?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I like Tyus Jones. But yeah, but Memphis, bro, they need to go get a DeMar DeRozan type player because he'll be nice for them. You feel me? And then go get a backup center. Feel me?
But that's the thing, though. What about so? How do you feel about Desmond Bain?
I like him, but he's like he's on, then he's on, then when he's off. Like, no, Desmond Bain nice, but he just need to, you know what I'm saying? He need to be patient, and then he need to, you know what I'm saying? He need to get better on defense, and then it's like he need to work on his ball handling because his ball security, you know what I'm saying, that shit is off, and then his finishing is not good. He don't have that quick step. You get what I'm saying? Um, he's a good shooter, but there's a lot of things he need to work on. And then Memphis, they too immature. It's like when they got to the playoffs, it's like they forgot how to play basketball. You get what I'm saying? Because this
Hmm
Memphis team, I thought they was gonna be prepared because they had more rest. Nope. But this NBA this year is fucking rigged. There's no way in hell an 8th and 7th seed are playing a 1 and 2 seed. Like, how? Like, that's the first time that two playing teams had a 3-1 league on a fucking top seeded team, which don't make any sense. Feel me?
Mm. No, I hear you. I mean, it means a lot of things, different things, because people had injuries and stuff like that, so that could be a reason why too. Like look at the Miami Heat and Milwaukee Bucks series. Like the Bucks didn't have Giannis for like 3 games, so that's kind of how that went.
Yeah, he take a advantage. But I ain't gonna lie, I don't like how people was slandering Giannis. You get what I'm saying? Like I understand he missed like what he made what he missed what 14 free throws or some shit like that. Like, but like
Yeah.
nobody put context to that. They gonna say, oh, Giannis only played 2 games, and then only that he wasn't healthy. You came to him, but
Mm.
nobody else showed up. You feel me? Lopez and Holiday had one of the worst seasons I ever seen. I told people Holiday is not a number 2. He's a number 3. He's a role player. Number 3 option at best. He's not number 2. What I was gonna say, they did that. I don't know why they didn't put Giannis on Butler, but I don't know because they didn't want Giannis to get re-injured or I don't fucking know. But Butler was flopping and just getting everything off. Like all you gotta do is just get him out of the spot. They just let Jimmy Butler do what the fuck he wanted to do. You feel me? And then
Butler's
the Bucks,
Butler's
they
built for the
shot
playoffs.
bad. They shot like under 20% from the 3 in Game 5.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
Miami
what's
was
good? Hold on, T. What's good? What's good, Chris?
What's good with y'all? What's good with y'all? I just wanted to ask y'all a question. Would y'all take Jimmy Butler as a playoff performer over Damian Lillard?
Uh,
Jimmy had way more talent. He was surrounded with way more talent than Lillard.
I mean, that's a good question.
Depending on with the roster, Jimmy Butler played with a lot of great talent, but nobody want to put context in the era. People like Big Tone, they just want to talk about his 3 years, but he been in the league for like 12, 13 years. And nobody want to talk
I,
about what he
I
did in
think,
Minnesota, Philly,
I
Chicago.
think, I think basically, what, if my opinion, uh, they're on the same tier.
Okay. The
Because
only
Jimmy can do. The thing about Jimmy, why it makes him over Dame, is that he got the size advantage over Dame. As great as a scorer Dame is, like Jimmy being a bigger player can just do more things for your team.
okay. I could agree with that. The only thing of why I would take Jimmy Butler as well is because I mean you could say that he did have more talent around him, and you could say that Damian Lillard arguably, was the better player. And in terms of his closeout games, I think he's one of the few people that actually have like series clenching buzzer beaters. But he has like what 2 of them against Harden, and another one against Paul George. However, just from a dog talent perspective, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I would take Jimmy, Jimmy. Just in my opinion, like just the things that he's done within these last 3 years, going Game 7 with the Eastern Conference Finals, and every single time he's made a deep postseason run. Like a lot of his help that the other guy was saying, a lot of his help has been down. Whether it was Goran Dragic and Bam in the NBA Finals, to him taking a bunch of G Leaguers to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2022, to even right now with Tyler Hero missing time and Bam being inconsistent. Like Jimmy Butler has always like delivered the goods, especially within these last couple years. Hell, if Kawhi Leonard doesn't hit one of the most amazing buzzer beaters in NBA history on the Sixers, we might be talking about Philadelphia going to the NBA Finals because Jimmy Butler hit the shot that even tied the game. So I don't know. I just think I've seen a little bit more from Butler, but I don't think you're wrong to go with Damian either. Just in my opinion.
I think Dame has to reavenge himself. So the last 2, 3 seasons, he's been dropping.
I agree.
Um, so
No,
if you asked me this question, like say in 2019, I would have said Dame.
absolutely.
But after the point that losing to Denver when Jokic doesn't have Jamal Murray, losing to not even making the playoffs. I think the last couple of seasons,
Hmm.
like and he's only 30. I think he's 32 right now, 32,
Yeah.
33. So he still is relatively in his prime. So I think he's kind of falling back a little bit, and Jimmy Butler's rising to stop
Oh
at
yeah.
this
Oh,
point.
oh yeah. Most definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Jimmy, especially these last 4 or 5 years. Yeah. Yeah. His stock is definitely risen. There's no question. But I do think if you put Dame on a contender, I think that the narrative about Damian Lillard, I think would be completely different.
Because I think also we gotta remember too, like Jimmy Butler, I see him. He elevates his team, and like you said, like these last 3, 4 seasons are important. Like taking that team to the finals, against LeBron, they win 2 games. He has 2 40-point performances.
Hmm.
Then he takes them to the conference finals. This year with against last year against Boston, he has a chance to take them again if they get past New York.
The Knicks, yeah,
Yeah, so that's 3 times. That's 3 conference finals and an NBA finals. Like as great as Dame is, he never took his team to the final, and he's had chances. He's had opportunities.
he has,
So, like that 2019 where he faced the Warriors without KD, that was him and CJ against Steph and Clay that got swept.
yeah, that was crazy. No, the thing is, what was crazy about that series is that every single halftime they were up by like 20 plus every single time, and they just couldn't hold
Hmm.
it. They just could
Right.
not hold it, and I'm like, yo, what's going on here? Like, because it clearly wasn't Dame time when it was time to close. Like, I think in Game 4, I think he went cold. I think he went like we in Game 3. Iguodala, I remember he stripped him on the last shot, and then I think he airballed in Game 4 the shot that would have that would have put them up. So I don't know. I just think the bigger the stage is, because granted, in the first round, Damian Lillard is normally fantastic, but I think as the rounds go higher, like you kind of see him start to fall off more. I don't really see that fall off with Jimmy. I see him elevate more, which is kind of
See,
crazy to say.
no, that's fair because, and that just goes back to like what I was saying originally. Like Jimmy Butler, 6'8" or six
Hmm.
foot seven. So I think as great of a shooter Dame is, he can be very inefficient.
Hmm.
So when he takes them long threes or he's not them shots ain't falling, it looks very bad for him, and it also sucks the air out of his team. Vice versa, Jimmy Butler taking more quality shots in the mid post, getting to the basket, using his size and strength. He's able to not only just score, but he's also able to rebound. He's actually play defense. Um, those intangible things matter to me. Like I don't know who's your favorite player, who's your favorite team.
Well, my team is the Orlando Magic. Unfortunately, that's why I'm hoping that we get Victor, so I can start so I can start putting this league pass to good use. As far as my favorite player in the game right now, uh, I got a handful. Right now, I would say Giannis,
Hmm.
Anthony Davis, like because I'm more predicated on like the big men, but Nikola Jokic, Jamal
Hmm.
Murray. And if I had to get fifth, probably Jimmy Butler, because I do think that Jimmy Butler's been di- uh, disrespected for like a while now. So probably those five,
Yeah.
in all honesty.
So are you from Orlando?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
What's
man. Y'all,
what's Brody
y'all
name,
gonna be
TJ?
good.
I
No, this
shit.
What's
I
his
hope
name that's
so.
talking?
What happened?
what's your name? What's your name, bro?
Oh, Chris.
Oh, Chris, I just dropped the link to my channel. I'm a Celtic fan. Uh, I do play-by-play with other NBA teams. You know, I talk football. You feel me? I just started my shit last year. I put in
Yeah.
the
I
Yeah.
charge
bet.
that.
Bet I'll follow
Yeah.
you. I'll go ahead. Yeah, let me go ahead and copy the link. Nah, man, cause I've been on podcasts with I don't know if y'all know like FYF Sports,
I know
Yeah.
LeBron.
Basic TV.
Them niggas,
Um
Never again, BJ. Never again.
And what?
What?
LeBron my nigga, but his audience is toxic, bro.
Who?
Nigga, if you
FYF.
say one thing about LeBron, you automatically a hater.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. With ticket. Oh yeah.
Niggas is
Yeah. Yeah.
super biased, bro. Like that nigga don't do nothing wrong, bro. I say, bro, this not even hating. And they ain't gonna
I will.
say how he
I
trained his
will
own
say though.
team. That was Rob Pelinka, bro. I said, okay, why everywhere he go, his whole half a team get traded? Answer that.
Yeah, man.
Or you just
So
mad because he beat the Celtics?
Well, that's the thing. At least when it comes to so are you saying that Ticket TV channel is toxic, or was it FYF Sports?
No, FYF Sports got them. They got them. Man, I say FYF Sports.
FYF
mm,
Sports, he low key
Not
wants
Lamont.
LeBron
I'm talking
to
about his
be the GOAT.
the people that be on. Lamont, cool.
Yeah. Well, Lamont, cool. The only thing is though, is like he wants to say LeBron James is a GOAT like so bad, but but I think for now he's just kind of keeping Jordan because it's probably just the easiest answer to go with, and he doesn't want to be labeled like a LeBron sexual. But I think he does want LeBron to be the GOAT though, in my opinion. Just like how I think that Ticket TV, he says he has Kobe at third, number 3 all time. But realistically, the way he talks about Kobe, I swear he wants him as the GOAT too.
He do.
So,
yeah.
You know what's so crazy? Respect the elder. It took Elder a while to give Bill Russell his respect. You feel me? Like he had Bill Russell top 50. You feel me? And I'm like Bill Russell top 5. Fuck you talking about? But
Mm.
him and Ticket got fucking 6 Lakers in a top 10.
yeah,
Like what?
the one I don't
Where's Bill
understand
Russell?
is
Where's Larry Bird? You feel me?
the one I don't understand is how he has LeBron at 6, but he has Wilt Chamberlain at 5. He said that he doesn't value losing, but Wilt
Exactly.
Chamberlain's lost more than anybody in that top 5.
Exactly. But then,
Yeah,
you know, what's so crazy. I don't understand how he would say Magic Johnson better than. I mean, but Bird. I don't understand how you say Bird is better than Magic. Like ask him that, and then he'll put Magic Johnson above Bird, which don't make any sense because he got more championships.
Well, I stopped. Well, at least when it comes to Elder and tickets, criteria, or anyone else, listen, listen. You listen. All your listen. I don't care who anyone has in their top 10. If your criteria is more or less consistent, then I'm not gonna have a problem with it. Like if you really think that Kobe Bryant is the GOAT,
I don't
okay,
got him
bet.
top 5, bro.
Who?
I like Kobe. You know, I don't got him top 5. I got Duncan over him and Bird.
I got Kobe at 4. So my list would go like Michael Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Kobe, Tim Duncan, Magic, Larry Bird, Shaq, Dante Curry.
LeBron in my top 10, but I got Bird above him.
Yeah, that's fair. I ain't mad at that.
Bird, hey, why people keep thinking Bird was just a shooter, bro? Why do you keep playing with Bird like he wasn't an all-around defender? You feel me?
Oh yeah.
He was
Oh
the
yeah,
top
no
defender
question.
in his heyday. He only played 13 years.
Oh yeah, no question. Absolutely. It's the
Like,
same
why do you
thing
keep
with
downplaying Bird? Like, these young cats is something else, bro.
Nah, but no, I'll be real with you. It's the same thing with Magic Johnson. People just look at, because I have a lot of people now that want to say that Steph Curry is better than Magic all time because it's like, oh, okay, Magic Johnson was on a super stacked Lakers team.
He
And all he
was.
did was just pass the ball. No. So yeah, so he was on like a stacked team, but Magic, like he was the engine, like similar to Steph Curry. Like that team goes as far as Magic would ultimately take them. Because as great as
Right. And
Kareem
then when
was,
Kareem was past his prime, that nigga Magic saved that nigga on the last championship.
yeah,
Hold on, let me get to Big Fan Beezy, man. What's
Big
good, bro?
friend,
I ain't
Captain
I ain't
Busy.
been I ain't been seeing you for a minute, B. What's good?
yo, what's good, man?
I've been trying to keep Nets fans together. I got Nets fans that want to debate me about where we gonna go as Nets fans for going forward.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of dust. There's nobody happy with the Brooklyn Nets right now. You know what I'm saying? We
yeah, yeah.
upset right now. Ain't
The
nothing
city
happy about
down.
my. Nah, we ain't down, but we anxious. Know what I'm saying? We looking at it like, yeah, we understand we're a playoff team, but and we went, you know what I mean, forward by getting the coach situation situated. That was a good look. Royal Ivy, he do the post. No, he do the half game. How you call it? The halftime interviews. He do the
Mm.
halftime interviews, so he's gonna have a bigger role. Royal Ivy, he'll be assistant coach to Jack Vaughn, and so it's gonna be Jack Vaughn, Royal Ivy, and Royal Ivy been there since 2020, so that's a coach that they kept. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
you know what I mean? So they moving in the right direction. I don't know what they're gonna do besides that, but you know what I mean. That was a good step. Word, but you know what I mean. Being outside the playoffs, it hurt getting swept. You know what I mean, 2 seasons in a row. You know what I mean, so I mean, I'm not really looking at the playoffs like I'm enjoying it. We want payback. You know what I'm saying, all the fans on my side want payback. We want payback versus that whole Atlantic division. All
Let me
facts.
ask you this question, bro. So are y'all building? What y'all? Who y'all gonna be your guy? Is it Mikael? Is it Cam? And who's gonna be your guy?
I mean, to be honest, I feel like the Brooklyn Nets is a real unpredictable team as a fan. But what I would do, I would make Cam Thomas my starting two, and I'll make Mikal Bridges the three, Cam Johnson the four, and Nick Claxton the five. And I'm not sure what I would do with the one, but just keeping
You
it
don't
the
mess with
current
Spencer.
roster. The current roster, I keep them there. What you said, T. Shirley?
Breezy, you done with Spencer?
I mean,
He was not playing
he,
well.
he
Not this
didn't play
season.
well, and I'll be honest. I don't like the lineup. The starting lineup didn't fit within what he does best. And Joe Harris and DFS, they made it hard on Dinwiddie because they wasn't knocking down their shots, so defenses could cheat. And they could cheat on defense and double Dinwiddie when he's attacking the basket. You know what I mean? So I think that, you know what I mean, make Dinwiddie look bad, but you know what I'm saying? I don't really put that on him. That's just because I seen him hoop. You know what I mean? I said I was a fan before Katie and Kyrie came in. Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, Joe Harris, and Jared Allen attracted Kyrie Irving and KD because of how well they played. And the leader out of that core four, that's what I coined the term, right? Core four. It was Spencer Dinwiddie. Anytime we needed a big bucket, it was Spencer Dinwiddie. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean. I ain't going. I know he didn't play well, but I give him a fair chance because I think Jack Vaughn did the coach situation the way he did. All of those coaches that parted ways with the Brooklyn Nets, those are the offensive responsibility coaches. There's the head coach, there's the assistant coach. So you got the assistant coach. Just look at it like football. You feel me? You got one coach that's for player development. You got another assistant coach for offensive coordinator, and one that's defensive coordinator. And you can see that Jack Vaughn, as a head coach, he's heavy on defense and he preaches defense. He wants to be big, he wants to be nasty, he wants to be gritty. That's what they're saying in the press conference. If that's the direction they're trying to go, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I will go after Mark Williams in Charlotte. I like that guy for the Brooklyn Nets. I think he's a good fit. Whether he start or come off the bench, or you can make him the starting five and put Clax at four, and put you could put Mikal Bridges at three, Cam Thomas at two, and Spencer at one. I let Cam Johnson come off the bench. He came off the bench when he played for the Suns. He could come off the bench playing for he could be the sixth man of the year. That's the thing I miss about Nash. He used to play with the rotation a lot. You feel me? Like Jack Vaughn, he'll have a lineup and he'll just stubborn with it. He'll just hold that lineup, and no matter how well they play, if they don't play well or play well, they gonna start. And I think Nash, he was more, I'm gonna shake the dice. He was dicey. I appreciate that about Nash. A lot of people, a lot of fans say a lot of stuff about Nash, but just contrasting both coaches, that's what I appreciate. From coach to coach. But yeah, I hope I'm answering your question. You know what I'm saying? But to answer it, to be specific, yes, Mikal Bridges, we're gonna build around him, and I think we're gonna we're gonna take the contract with Cam Johnson serious and bring him back so he could play next to Mikal Bridges. I don't know what they're going to do with Cam Thomas. I don't know. From the looks of it, they're going to trade him. As a fan, I want to keep him because anything they're going to get from any trade for Cam Thomas, he's going to do what Cam Thomas does. You're going to need him to score the ball the same way Cam Thomas does. So I think we should invest in Cam Thomas, especially if he's a 27th pick and shows so much potential. And in the draft pick, we got the 21st and 22nd pick. I mean, that's only a 5 pick difference, unless you're gonna flip the
Yeah,
picks and try
no.
to get a higher pick.
At some point, at some point, like I told you, I think I told you this, B, about like 2 months ago. I said, just give them the keys, man. I mean, really,
Why?
where y'all looking at it right now, like y'all don't really have a real number one right now. Cam is in his second season. He can become. It's you might as well get him started right now
Yes, sir.
because he's a
Yes,
very
sir.
confident. He's a confident player already. So
For
he
sure.
wanted if Jack Vaughn gonna give it to him.
Facts. And you know what's beautiful about that? Shout to the pull up. This is one of my favorite shows. Like, share, comment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Shout to the chat, shout to the
Shout out to
panel.
BJ,
yeah,
man.
love.
Word. One of the most beautiful things that, you know, I'll say it here, you know what I mean? I don't say it much, but I think there could be a relationship because both of them have one thing in common is that they the same round and the same draft pick, you know, in their careers. You know what I mean? So I don't want another team to give Cam Thomas that look. I want Jock
Mhm.
Vaughn to give Cam Thomas that look. Just off of that bond right there, they could build on that. You got Jock Vaughn saying, I'm going to build on relationships this summer. I hope that's one of the relationships, bro. That's all I'm saying,
Yeah,
man. I don't want to go on and on about the Brooklyn Nets, man. We out the playoffs. You know what I mean? I'm just, again, like I said, we antsy. You know what I mean? We not happy with getting swept 2 seasons in a row. So we just waiting. You know what I mean?
yeah, it is what it is. What you got with the game tonight, though? What you got with the Sixers and Celtics game?
Oh shit, the Boston Celtics whooped that ass. I mean, it is what it
Yeah.
is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't a fan of neither team, but you know, Harden won that first game. I feel like the Sixers did what they were supposed to do game one. I thought Embiid should have sat out game two. Ain't got shit to prove. He just got the MVP. He should have just waited till he got back to Philly. And
Mhm.
again, the Sixers they play different with Embiid out on the floor. They're a good team, but Embiid not on the floor. You know, and it's just
Mhm.
about styles and play. And when you got Jalen Brunson, and you know, I'm pretty sure T Sweets he covered this, but when you got Jalen Brunson, I mean, I said Jalen Brunson, I mean Jalen Brown and what's his name, Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, like you know, both of them could get to the rim, you know, and you got to pay attention to that. So, you know, I didn't see the game, but I just seen the score, and I was like, damn, they must have had a lot of threes or something. Like, you know,
Mhm.
but what I will say is Philly did what they were supposed to do, and they should be, you know, the day in the driver's seat. You know what I mean? So whatever Philly, whatever, they over won tonight. Boston over won, but it's still only one win. So who really won is Philly. You know, they go back to Philly. I think Boston did what they were supposed to do tonight, and I don't know, man. I think this goes seven. I ain't gonna lie. And I thought
Yeah.
just because I ain't see the pull up in a minute, I think you know not to just put it on injuries, but you know when you look at the statistics and you see what Westbrook did on the defensive side, not on the offense, but just the defensive side and how well he defended all of the players that he guarded when he was the one guarding them individually, you could tell that the Clippers really hurt because they didn't have Kawhi and Paul George out there. So you know I'm not just trying to, you know what I mean, be funny and no shit like on some real shit. I think y'all would have went to the second round if they was on your team or healthy. Put it like that.
Yeah, for sure. We would have won if just Kawhi was on the floor. I mean, it is what it is. The Suns, they getting exposed right now. They ain't got no depth. But it's just the problem. The thing that gets me is that he's hurt. They hurt twice, Kawhi and PG at the same time. So I feel like we could have already had a title had they been healthy. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. So we gonna have to just hold up to next season. We re-signing our guys. So
Oh,
we'll be
so y'all
back.
keeping both players?
BJ, what's
Yeah,
next for y'all, BJ?
Okay. Okay.
yeah, we keeping our
Y'all going to a
guys.
new stadium?
Yeah, we building a stadium in Inglewood
I can't even see that because it
next
said hit the
year.
like button.
All right. So
Yeah,
y'all not going to share the
Can't even see
stadium
it.
with the Lakers no
nah,
more.
that's done. That's done.
That's a big. That's huge. That's
Yeah,
that's
it's
that's big.
huge.
That's yeah.
Yeah, we
Wait,
got to
wait,
we
wait,
got
wait,
to
wait.
get our own
What you
spot,
say,
bro.
BJ?
You said what about what?
What you have said about the you said something to Breezy. What you have said though?
Nah. He was asking me about the stadium.
Okay,
He
what
was
you were saying
asking
about the
about.
stadium?
Now the stadium will be in on 2023-24. So not next year, but this season after that, or 24-25. That's when the
Yeah,
stadium be
man.
ready.
That's righteous. That's, you know what I mean. Like, I gotta, KVN who run the city the podcast, you know what I mean? So shout out to whoever, you know what I mean? Just the culture, so it's whatever. KVN who runs the city podcast, that's the Nets versus Knicks. But I'm just thinking about it in the LA sense. Y'all got 4 NBA teams, you feel me? Like we
Mm-hmm.
got 2 teams in the city, right? You feel me? So it's
Mm-hmm.
KVN who run the city the podcast, you know what we doing. So it's the Nets fans, the Knicks fans, we be going at it and whatnot, right? That's on Saturdays.
Yeah,
Saturdays at 11 a.m. But I'm just saying it'd be a dope show. Like I said, I mean, I'm thinking business like, damn, maybe I should, you know what I mean? But whatever, man, it's the culture. Like if
right,
LA,
right,
if
right,
y'all did
right.
that, you know what I mean? If the LA did that, like with the 4 teams, that's fire. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like it's 4 teams. Like, and I like that Sacramento is a playoff team. It's like all 4 California teams went to the playoffs. That's dope.
yeah, bro. It's good for the culture, bro. That's the first time that's done happen in like a minute, because the Kings ain't been to the playoffs in like 20 some years, bro.
So
So
let me ask you from now on, BJ, do you think that all 4 teams go to the playoffs like on some regular shit now?
uh the Kings gonna go to the playoffs. The Warriors gonna still go to the playoffs. The Clippers gonna stay to go to the playoffs. I don't know about the Lakers, from here on out, bro. I think this year they made it. But they were the 7th seed, and I'm not so sure how much LeBron got left in the tank. So I think they gonna be probably the iffy one, but everybody else will be in the playoffs from here on out.
All right. Now that's
Yeah,
all I
man.
want to ask, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
Word.
yeah. Word. Hey, Chris D, man. Salute to Chris, bro. So,
They only made it because it was only like about 4 or 5 50 win teams in the NBA, and this shit was rigged. If it was last year NBA, them niggas would not have made the playoffs. I guarantee you that.
yeah. So let me ask you this
This
question,
ain't put
man.
the league in cause, bro. Ever since they played this.
Let me ask Chris this question. So, what's your expectations for like the Magic going into next season?
Well, realistically, if we don't get a top 10 pick, it's kind of likely, but just in case we don't, realistically, I just want to see what we can do with Paolo Banchero. I think realistically, I mean, if his ceiling as a scorer is similar to Carmelo Anthony, but he's just giving us better all around defense, because our team realistically, it's a pretty sound defensive team. I think that we can make some noise, making going in the playoffs. I don't want to move any pieces. I want to keep Markel Fultz. I want to keep I want to keep Wagner if I can. But I like our young core at this time. I think we were just starting to gel around the right time, and unfortunately, we it just happened. We just didn't make the playoffs, and Paolo, he had that one little stretch in February where it was just kind of eh. But realistically, I mean, I just want to keep on this continuity, just gaining a little bit of chemistry, because I do think that a couple of teams are going to fall off. Big fan Breezy. I mean this in no disrespect to your Nets when I say this, but I don't I don't think that they're gonna make the playoff next year. I think they held it for as long as they could.
Oh, this Orlando Magic
Yes,
fan.
I am an Orlando Magic fan. Yes, I
All
am.
right, now go ahead. I got something to say after that.
Okay. But I do think that some teams are gonna fall from grace. Um, and but I mean, I do think that the Nets could be one of them. I don't think the Hawks. For me, I think they fraudulent. I think I can see them falling out. But realistically, my expectations, I just want us to make the play in, and I think that's doable.
Oh, all right. Can I say something to that, BJ, real quick?
Yeah, bro, you got it, bro. You
Yeah,
already.
go
Oh,
ahead.
yo, Chrissy. I'm just again. You don't know me, man, and I don't like to come at other people's paintings and cook. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Listen, you're a friend of BJ's, man. I'm not trying to do that. All I'm saying is that Josh Vaughn is on the bigger and better things. Don't feel no type of way because he ain't have a good coaching career there. He
Hmm.
got a coaching career here, a real coaching career with real players. I was trash. I mean, y'all good now. Y'all got talent, and I'm not gonna knock what y'all doing. But at the end of the day, this is a seasoned Josh Vaughn, assistant coach experience Josh Vaughn. Like he's not the same guy he was when he was with Orlando, respectfully. So I don't mind you saying that, but as far as playoffs is concerned, we've been there the last 5 seasons. You know what I'm saying? When they last time the Orlando Magic have been there, I'm asking
Nah,
a
we
question.
nah, we
I
ain't
want to
been there
know.
since what, 2020? I think. Yeah, I think the last time we even touched the playoffs was in 2020 in the bubble. Um,
Okay.
yeah, outside of that,
Respectfully, I wasn't respecting Cole Anthony with trying to dunk with those Tims, bro. That shit was corny.
yeah,
He tried to do that shit in a slam dunk contest. That shit was corny.
no, listen, I'm not denying that that shit wasn't corny. It most definitely was. I'm just saying, man, in terms of our team, we have some solid depth. We got youth, and I think we do have a star on our team, and that's if we don't get a top 10 pick. But realistically, I like our team. If the Nets do happen to prove me wrong, heck, kudos to the Nets, and they prove me wrong. But
Yeah, no. So, yeah, I hope when the schedule don't come out for till months. You know what I'm saying? We just ain't anxious, like I said, man. But I'm gonna remember you, man. I'm gonna remember this Orlando Magic fan. You're the first Orlando Magic fan I've seen. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I'm gonna take it. You're gonna see the progress and a seasoned assistant coach and now head coach Josh Vaughn. You'll see.
no,
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna lie though. There are things that the Orlando Magic, not only just the fan base, has done, but also our own owners and coaches. I
Yeah,
swear
what
they've
about your
stopped
coach? You
us.
trust your coach?
Huh?
You trust your coach? Damn, man, deep
Right
side.
now, it's. I'm not saying we need a coaching change, but maybe again, just depending on how the culture looks, if he can develop these guys, I won't complain. All right, because that's all we're asking for. We're not asking for them to make a championship run, go to the finals, or even make a deep playoff run. My only real expectation is that we make the play. I just want to see some level of progression. That is all I ask for. I don't think there's too much to ask as an Orlando Magic fan.
Yo, I wanna
Which is
ask you, I wanna ask BJ and Chris a question real quick before I do.
well,
Draft picks, far as culture. You see how so I always gave high praise to Sean Marks because he drafted Jaron Allen, the 22nd pick, first round. So I'm saying that to say that if you're gonna build a culture, you do it from the draft. And if you got draft picks and you got talent from the draft and you don't play them, that's crazy. I thought we should have paid Jared Allen. Is my point. And my question is, when the last time y'all got a draft pick that y'all took serious, and are y'all taking y'all draft pick serious? Because that's what the player development coming into to Chris. That's what the player development is. You know what I mean? Are they actually taking the talent and building them to be something? And I ain't gonna lie, I see Bonchero. They look like they trying to keep him and build around him. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sleeping on the Magic. Y'all competed last season, and y'all could have upset a lot of teams on a low.
Mhm.
Man. I mean, I don't know. Y'all look like y'all missing one or two things, but that's what I'm
Yeah.
asking. Do you trust the coach?
I want to say yes. And again, I know I gave the long side, but I'm I have to believe. I have to believe that we're gonna make the proper steps to build it because I do think that Paolo, because Paolo for me, he gives me he gives me Carmelo Anthony vibes.
That's what I'm about to say.
Yes,
He remind me of Melo.
yes, but I do think he can play better defense, or better yet, or at the very least, I do think he can be committed to the defensive end, especially when he's got cats like Markelle Fultz, who I believe, in my opinion, is an all-league defender when he's healthy. And I just think that the guys that we got in general, whether it's with spacing, and with shooting with the Wagner brothers, again, I just think that we can do something in the future, not like anytime soon.
BJ, who y'all got? Y'all got men on your team still, right?
Yeah, we got T-Man.
He a draft pick. What was his draft pick?
Bro, he was like the second round, I think,
Oh,
if
what?
I'm not mistaken. Yeah, T-Man was a diamond in the rough.
Okay.
So we had SGA. That was our guy who people said like we made a mistake getting Paul George, but I'm cool with PG coming. Like SGA cool, but he ain't developed enough stock yet to say he on the level of Paul George.
I don't.
They,
Yeah, I feel you, man. I don't know. I'll be honest. I kind of push back on that a little bit. I feel like y'all missed on SGA just cause
Yeah, I agree.
I think SG. Look, my thing is what I learned about the window. These GMs, they got this window where they trying to win. I think Sean Marks, they rushed the window. Like it need to be a 4 or 5 year window. And I'm going around the room, right? If it's a new GM, what is the window for a new GM to win a championship? You expect them to microwave a championship and win in 1 year? Or you want to give them like a 10-year time span? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
don't you
think,
gotta build to like how what y'all think? What's the window for a GM to win a championship?
in my
it depends
opinion,
on the. Go ahead.
no, in my opinion, I kind of view the Clippers kind of similar to the Boston Celtics of '08. Like, like in terms of just who they traded for, who they got for Paul George. I know they got Kawhi Leonard as a free agent, but I looked at that time span and the fact that I just saw Kawhi not being that healthy, because people don't talk about the fact that he was, despite the incredible playoff run that he went on in 2019, he was playing through a lot of injuries, and his team just happened to be just that good without him. I remember, I think they went like 17 and 5 without Kawhi Leonard during the regular season. So they could still maintain that. I think for most teams, just like with the Boston Celtics, I think they need at least a 3 to 5 year span to see how that's going to run. I think every team that the media crowns an NBA championship contender, they've got 3 to 5 years to figure it out. If you can't get it by like the fifth year, in my opinion, you should just blow it up, or you should start to tool around that one said star player and start moving pieces at that point. So I
But
say about,
do you keep your GM though? How long? What's the like?
it
For
depends.
instance, Sacramento, the guy he won there, the GM there, he won. This year he won that award. Like
Well,
best
for the,
GM, Mike Brown, he got the best coach. I'm
mhm.
just saying, like the GM, man, the GMs is the ones who do the contracts. They got Spencer Dinwiddie up for extension, man. I don't know what they're gonna do. As a fan,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
what do
think
you
the
do with
thing is,
Dinwiddie? That's a tough call.
yeah, it depends on how the team doing. Like, you know, for me, the Clippers are in win now mode, so that's why they couldn't wait off SGA. Like, no one who could expect SGA to develop into what he is now, as far as individual talent. Like, the Clippers are looking at it like they trying to win now. So it's funny, like they never got the time, the opportunity to really, play like for three straight postseasons. From 2021, Kawhi gets hurt. 2022, last year, Kawhi and PG both out. This year, PG gets hurt, and then here comes Kawhi again. So, like, it's weird. Like, they never got a chance to really, outside the bubble, play with each other. Like, they never lost a series with Ty Lue as their coach together. So that's why I'm like, okay, you can run it back again because we ain't seen it. like under Ty Lue yet.
So you, but your GM, you like to play. So all right, so you agree with the Paul George. So you cool with that. So that would be the GM making that decision. All right, cool. So you cool with that. So the other players, the
Mhm.
Zubac, you like y'all want to keep Zubac, right? Is he drafted or nah? I'm wilding.
Nah, he got drafted with the Lakers.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, I'll keep
So
him.
who else y'all drafted? Who else y'all got, BJ?
T Man, the only one. Yeah, T Man, the only one from this roster that was drafted. We got a few other guys who don't play, like Xavier Moon and Amir Coffey and Musa Diabate, like guys like that, but they not really getting no real run. Brandon Boston, that's the dude. Brandon Boston is the one who gonna take minutes next year. Brandon
Okay,
Boston Jr., BBJ. Yeah,
okay,
next
all
year.
right.
Yeah.
So what do you mean? So you gonna do what? What position he play?
He a three. He nice. He like 6'7", got bounce, got some good length. He can shoot the three ball. His defense ain't great, but I mean he ain't even got his NBA body yet. But he got
So let,
he
so let
kind
me
of like a
ask you
Sean
that.
Livingston.
Oh, Sean Livingston from when he played for Golden State.
Nah, when he played with the Clippers,
Okay,
like that's Sean Livingston.
okay. Let me ask you this. Yeah.
Mm.
So what about I see they draft guards, small forwards, but what about the big four, like the four or the five? They draft those positions or no?
Nah, they don't. They usually bring guys like through free agency. Like we got Mason Plumlee, uh, Zubac. We got him from free agency. So it's not really something we go very deep on as far as like bigs. So we mostly trap like stretch wings and guards.
So what about the free agency? So you like how they assemble the team because that's essentially what the GM does, right?
Hmm.
Assemble the coach doesn't pick the players, right? The players not supposed to, unless you LeBron, right? Not to put them out there like that, but I mean, for the most part, players don't have the power to pick their teammates. But what
Right.
I will say is, I see the GMC is smart to match college teammates on the team. See the Kings do it. See the Knicks
Right.
do it. You know what I'm saying? And anytime they feel like they can have chemistry with players before they got to the team, you see Cleveland, they took Karras and Jarrett and made sure they played together because what they seen them do on the Brooklyn Nets. Like,
Uh,
so, you know what I mean? Chemistry go a long way, you know? I don't
yeah.
know. Yeah.
No, that's facts. That's facts. Like it's like for my like the Clippers, how I feel. If somebody asks me, okay, how you feel about the Clippers next year, BJ? I'm like the team that you saw in the playoffs without Kawhi and PG playing. Like it's not our roster. It's not like our role players. It's not having our stars there. That's the weird thing about the Clippers. Like it's not our team. We got scorers, we got athletes, we got shooters, we got defenders, we got length, we got everything that you want on a team, except when it gets to the playoffs the last 3 years, like one of our guys just go down. So
Yeah, nah, I think that's where the GM come in too with the depth of the team. You know what I mean? Just making sure, like for instance, when we was in the playoffs, I felt like I wanted the coach to play more than 7, 8 players. I kind of wanted him to play like 10 players. You know what I'm saying? That
mhm.
King Thomas is one of those players. We need help with rebounding. Again, I'm gonna keep it real with you. You know what I mean? I'm going around saying that they asking for, like I said earlier, they asking for nastiness, grittiness. We need to get Mark Williams, and we need to get Nas Reed, man. We get them
Yeah, I
on the
like Nas.
Brooklyn Nets, man. Like, just you know what I mean? Like that
Yeah,
makes sense. Like,
I like Nas. I like Nas a lot. I like Nas. He cool. He cool. He
and I'm
gritty.
and
He
right.
can shoot the three, and he pretty
Mm-hmm.
sneaky athletic too.
And what I'm saying is, I said that to say that they've missed out on the draft. The Minnesota Timberwolves, they missed out not getting Walker Kessler and keeping him and letting him and Nas Reed have a big role instead of doing all that for Rudy Gobert for what?
Yeah, that was a
So,
bad trade. I told
you
my
know,
homie, I was like, you trade away Pat Bev, you trade away Vanderbilt, you trade away Beasley for a guy who's pretty much unplayable unless he's in the paint. Like that's a bad move.
Yeah, nah, my thing is, I don't know why they don't give these rookies a real fair chance. If everybody heralds LeBron, right? Right.
Hmm. Hmm.
And he come out of high school, why not give players that come from college who got 3 4 years more than a high school player? You can say he's special because I won't deny that, but the point is that you got Mikal Bridges. He came out of college averaging 17 points per, but didn't get the opportunity to score the ball like that until like maybe his third, fourth season or fifth. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Or fifth
Yeah.
season. Like
Right.
what's the hold up? So if they balling like that, and you know what I'm saying, college, so I don't think the transition is that crazy. Sometimes I just think they don't get the opportunity, and they go to these other teams and they get the opportunity, and you're like, yo, I wish that guy was on my team still. I don't know if y'all ever
Yeah.
felt like that, but I'm a fan that felt like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna front. I
Nah, I
felt like,
come
yo,
from.
nah, I don't know why you traded that player, man. That was like one of my favorite players. I ain't gonna cap.
No, it's nothing like having a coach that believes in you. So if the coach says, "Okay, you come over here," that's why Wiggins is so big now, like in Golden State, because in Minnesota he was looked at as what somebody who didn't want to work hard. Nobody had a real work ethic. Nobody want to give him a chance. Like he go to Golden State, he automatically become like a great piece to their what they got going over there. So you know,
Yeah,
Well,
no, okay.
my only thing is I guess just to play devil's advocate just for a little bit.
yeah,
Do y'all remember in the 2006 draft with Adam Morrison?
Waterson, yeah,
Yeah, he was one of the best college players to ever come out before even coming into the draft. Everyone was saying how great his draft stock was, and even then, me and my pops at the time, we were like, "Yo, this kid had a chance to be something special." And the truth is, you never really know whether or not a kid coming from high school or his first year in a college or the second year, third, fourth. You never know specifically how their career is gonna plan out. It's the same thing whether it comes down to even with the one boy in '03, Darko. He was a number 2 draft, which the Pistons, I think they messed up on that heavily. But they had the opportunity to get guys like a Carmelo Anthony that won a state championship, to a Dwayne Wade, to a Chris Bosh. And the thing is, you just never know specifically like who's gonna plan out into the NBA and who isn't. Like we can even go down to Steph Curry. I mean, did anyone think coming out of college
no,
that Steph Curry was going to be the greatest shooter in NBA history, be arguably a top 10 player of all time? No.
nope,
So I just don't think that, let's put draft and guys that stay in the college league, because they've all said it. Playing playing in college in a actual team system is far different than what you see in the NBA now. And I just don't think the college always going to translate. But that's just my opinion.
mm, nah, that's fact. Um, for me, I, you know, the draft is where you know what I'm saying, continuously have like success with your team, and then followed by the player development, and then the free agency.
Mhm.
Um, how do you feel like the NBA right now is? Do you what era did you really come from? Like, what era
Oh,
did you watch the most?
oh, definitely the 2000s. I caught a little bit of Michael Jordan. His last 2 years, I wasn't paying too much attention to like the 72-10 season. I didn't get into the league until 96, 97 when the Chicago Bulls had won 69 games, I
Mm,
believe, at that time. So that's when I started to like watch basketball religiously. And funny enough, because I was an Orlando Magic fan, yo, I fucking hated Um, uh,
Jordan.
yeah, because he knocked out my Orlando Magic in '96. He swept them. I was
Yeah.
just like, God damn, this nigga Jordan. But uh, but it was tough. Because I stopped watching basketball for a little bit because I was pissed off that Shaq went from Orlando to being a Los Angeles Laker. And to this day, I
Mm.
still can't stand the Lakers to this day because of uh, Jerry West. But I still, yeah, I couldn't. Nah, but listen, no, but listen, bro. If I'm being honest, when it comes to like that situation, but and you can be real with me. Do you think that the Orlando Magic fans, not only the fan bases, but like our own GM, like messed up, not signing Shaq for X amount of money? Because I know contracts during that time in
Mm.
'97 they were supposed to spike up, and guys were supposed to get paid big money. Shaq thought,
Yeah.
and Shaq believed he was of that level of being one of the few athletes to get a 6 or 7 year deal for like 120 million. And back then, like that was a big deal. But the Orlando Magic fans, they said that he wasn't worth the money.
He wasn't
The
that guy.
GM, yeah, and the GM was also. I'm just like, yo, we just do dumb shit to just get rid of our star players. It was the same thing that happened when we had the opportunity to get Tim Duncan. All they had to do was allow Tim Duncan and his family to sit on the planes when he's traveling between the games. Fuck that up uh, uh, fuck that up. And then when it came to Dwight Howard, y'all traded him for peanuts, despite the fact that he just despite the fact that y'all just wanted Van Gundy out, and they didn't want to push off of Stan Van Gundy. I'm like, yo, like, what is wrong with y'all? This is why our star players can't fucking stay because they just do dumb shit. That's the one thing that
Yeah.
annoys me as an Orlando Magic fan.
Yeah. I had y'all had some few stars from the 2000s. You had Shaq, and then you had T Mac.
Hmm.
Then you had Grant Hill for a little bit with T
Yep.
Mac as well, and then
Dwight Howard.
um, Dwight Howard, Vince Carter. Um,
No, oh no, but can I be honest about that Vince Carter trade? We should have never traded for Vince Carter, bruh. Paul Pierce ate that man's lunch in the playoffs,
yeah, I remember that.
and it pissed me off. No, no, here's the crazy part. They're in the same draft class. How the hell is someone that we projected to be half man, half Michael Jordan? Why is it by 2009 someone in your own draft class is kicking your ass? That's crazy to me. That was crazy.
Yeah,
I'm like, just did not. But it's frustrating being an Orlando Magic fan. But that's my team, man. That's my team. Unfortunately.
nah, that's all good, bro. I got many of different fans, and shout out to my man, big fan Breeze. He said congratulations on the 2K VJ. Yes, sir. Definitely hit 2,000 subscribers about a month ago, so definitely appreciate y'all subscribing. All new people subscribe to the channel. Like, share, all that good stuff, man. All the good content we got. But
So
yeah, bro, I got people fans of all teams, so it's all love. I don't think I have a Orlando Magic fan though. I think you the first.
why, bro? Why is it every time I sit, bro? Bro, why does everybody say they'd be like, "Oh, you an Orlando Magic fan?" I'd be like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Y'all don't run in the morning." Like, nah, like you the first. I'm like, damn, that's tragic. Hey man, but no, no, no. It's all good though because just like with the Warriors fan base, bro. Listen, once we start popping, everybody is gonna become an Orlando Magic fan again, bro. Everybody's just in hiding. That's how I see it.
Yeah, y'all got the swagger like that Boncaro, Fultz, Cole Anthony trio. I'm telling man, they're all relatively young, so they gonna be yeah, y'all gonna be all right next year. Y'all gonna be straight.
Nah, I appreciate. I appreciate that, brother. But well, I just subscribed. So I put on the notification. So whenever you have like a live stream or something, bro, if you ever just want to just talk some basketball, I'm just trying to keep myself in the community. Besides, it's just nice that I get to learn other people's perspectives on basketball, whether it's with you, Tut Weezy,
Mhm.
FYF Sports, Ticket TV, Players Choice. Like everyone's got their own different perspective on the game of basketball, and
For
I'm just trying to
sure.
learn, man.
So have you been on any of those other ones like Ticket, Player's Choice,
Yeah,
Showtimes?
yeah. I was just on with Chill and Chill. I wanted to debunk a couple of theories about the 2016 NBA Finals because
Mm.
if you don't mind me talking about it now,
Go
but
ahead. Go ahead.
I essentially said that at least when it comes to that series, because people make it seem like Steph Curry was just alone in the NBA Finals, and that the only reason that they lost is because of the Game Five suspension and Andrew Bogut going down as well. Well,
Mm.
my thing is, well, Draymond Green in Game Five, he got suspended, yes, but to his own admission, he was over the technical foul limit, and that part always gets left out. So it's
Yeah.
not like the league just decided to say, "Hey, yo, we're gonna go ahead and just suspend you because you just happened to mess with LeBron James." But he was over the technical foul limit. So when he got that technical, by nature of the law, they are supposed to suspend him for that one
Right.
game. But even with that, people never. Well, the most Warriors fans that I talk to, they never bring up Kevin Love not playing in Game Three. It never gets brought up, and I bring up to them every time, and they're like, "Oh, well, I didn't know that Kevin Love didn't play." Because if you remember in Game Two, Harrison Barnes elbowed
I
Kevin Love,
remember.
yeah, in Game Two,
Mm.
and and he was out for Game Three. So when Warrior fans try to come at me and say, "Oh, if we had our full roster in Game Five, we would have beaten y'all," I'm like, "Okay, but why didn't y'all beat them in Game Three without Kevin Love? Y'all had Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, you had Harrison Barnes, you had Draymond and Bogut, and you had a Cavaliers team without Kevin Love up 2-0, and they couldn't capitalize going up 3-0. So I'm like,
Mm.
so y'all can run these hypotheticals, but the one game Kevin Love did not play, y'all lost, and he had your full roster. So you have no idea whether or not if Draymond's suspension really impacted that series or not. You just don't.
Mm.
So I never want to hear that. The other thing that we never talk about is Kyrie Irving in the second half of Game Six. He got injured. He had a sprained ankle going into Game Seven. So the Cavaliers were dealing with their own set of issues, whether it's with Kevin Love being out or Kyrie
Mhm.
Irving being hobbled for the series, because no one, because let's be real, in playoff basketball, by the time you even get to the finals, nobody is 100% healthy. Nobody.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone's going through their own nicks, bumps, and bruises and whatnot. And regardless, the team that comes out on top is the one that overcame the most adversity. And
Right.
it's unfortunate that the Warriors did not. The other thing that we never talk about, and this is the part that really irritates the Warriors fan base the absolute most, is when it comes to Steph Curry. And again, I think Steph Curry is a top 10 player. He's in my top 10. So I don't want to
Mhm.
sound like I'm hating on Steph Curry when I say this. He's the only superstar point guard in NBA history to have more turnovers than assists. I'll say it again. He is the only point guard in NBA history that we hold to a high standard that had more turnovers than assists in the playoffs.
Mm.
If you can tell me another point guard, like an all-time great point guard that has done that, whether it's Magic Johnson, John Stockton, Chris Paul, can
Probably
you
all I could
can
think of is probably Westbrook or LeBron.
do you consider LeBron a point guard? I've always considered him like a point forward. He just likes to have the ball in his hands a lot.
I mean, yeah, I guess if you want to like for terminology, I would say like he handles the ball, so either he's directing the offense.
Hmm.
So I guess I could put them in that category. Um, But yeah, Steph Curry was, bad. Not I wouldn't even say terrible in that series. I think he averaged like 26 in that series, if I'm
That
not
was
mistaken.
in 2015. He averaged 26. In 2016, he averaged 22. Now, granted, he was hobbled a little bit. I know he had a knee injury, but
Yeah.
it's just the turnovers he had. Like they were momentum stalling turnovers. I remember in Game 7, he he's got either J.R. Smith or Kyrie on him 1-on-1, and he throws a behind the back pass out of bounds to Klay Thompson, and it just missed the mark completely. Like just momentum stalling turnovers that I'm watching, and I'm like, and again, Steph Curry is a point guard. He's averaging more turnovers than assists in that series. I I know he's not the facilitator of that team, but you can't but you
Yeah,
can't do that.
too many like that's the thing with Steph. He does things that, are uncharacteristic. So here's the thing about Steph, which is interesting.
Hmm.
It seems like to me he's getting better as he ages,
I agree with
which
that.
is because remember it used to be you could push Steph around, like be physical with him.
Hmm.
You don't really hear that no more.
Nah, because the one thing, and again, people never want to talk about this as well. Steph Curry, for me, I don't think 2016 was his peak. I think what we're seeing right now are his peak years. As crazy as that sounds, I truly do think that Steph Curry right now has a case to say that he is peaking over his 2016 version of himself because he
I
finally
agree.
built up the muscle necessary to withstand the pounding in the regular season. Before, like you said, you can run Steph Curry off of his spots. And also during that time, I don't think his ball handling was as elite, as well as his finishing was not as good as it is right now.
Right. And
So,
like man, OC Love just said, he said he plays better defense too. I've been
mhm,
noticing that because people used to say his defense was just not great. His defense has gotten to a point where you could say he's a pretty solid, good defender. He has good help side defense. He relatively moves his feet pretty well. I guess people just look at it like because he's not jumping out the gym don't mean he's a great defender, which is has nothing to do with you playing defense. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all about positioning,
mhm,
and knowing how to move your feet, which Steph Curry can do that. And he has pretty good. He has great stamina.
agreed.
So yeah, I would say he's a pretty good defender. He's like a average defender at least.
Yes, no, at the very least, I do think he's a pretty good defender now. Like the thing is, you can't look. Listen, teams can still pick apart Jordan Poole and hunt him. You listen, unless you're like a LeBron or AD, like you can't hunt Steph Curry. D'Lo isn't gonna hunt Steph Curry in this series. Rui, Hachimura, Dennis Schroeder, Austin Reeves, they're not looking to hunt Steph Curry. Steph Curry can keep up with those boys on the defensive end. But yeah, but you are right though. In terms of his stamina, I think it's the best I've seen. I don't think I've ever seen someone constantly moving like that, 24/7. Like 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 the Lakers, they look completely gassed just trying to keep up with that high powered Golden State Warriors offense. Like they look gassed in that fourth
They
quarter.
are gassed, and something else people are not realizing, they're playing about to play every other day. So and that's not going to play well for them going into the later rounds. So that and also the ball movement that the Warriors have, you can't outrun the ball. So that's what makes it a little bit even more of a challenge for the Lakers. But I mean, other than that, I mean, who you got winning that series?
Honestly, it's a game of stamina. If the Warriors if the Warriors continue to make boneheaded mistakes down the stretch of games, I will take the Lakers in 5. However, if however, and again, I do say this with a grain of salt, the longer the series progresses, the more I'm gonna start leaning toward Golden State. So it's a matter of stamina. Can the Warriors outgun the Lakers and put them in a position where they just can't keep up? It's a possibility. But I do think that the Lakers have the better all around defense. I do think that they're going to look for more foul calls. But if the Warriors can consistently, you know, knock down threes, and just mentally and physically wear down the Lakers defense, I think you're going to see a lot more, not only threes, but a lot more driving gaps open up with the Lakers defense. So it's hard, but it's just a game of stamina. I really couldn't tell you who I thought could win. But I would say Lakers in 5 if they can just close it out quickly, or this is easily gonna go 7, and I'll pick the Warriors.
So the shortest series, you're picking the Lakers. The longest series, you're picking the Warriors.
Absolutely.
Okay.
What about you?
I got the Warriors in 6. Um, Going off that first game, me personally, it's going to come down to who plays more like the other team.
Mm-hmm.
I see the Lakers changing their play style over the Warriors. I think as the Warriors are hitting 3-point shots, the Lakers are going to try to match their shot. They're going to match their game. That's going to take them away from the advantage that they have, which is Anthony Davis. And I think that's going to fall into the Warriors' hands, kind of like last night. Yeah, Jarrell, you can ask the question. Um, you basically like last night, LeBron went 1 for 8 from the three. He nearly shot them out the game. It really came down to like that last possession. And I saw like they had like 3 chances with Steph and Clay to close, like at least tie the game, and they missed like 3 straight threes, but they went on a 14-0 run. See, that right there shows me like the firepower the Warriors have, the 3-point shooter the Warriors have. It's going to be a lot for the Lakers to overcome. And I don't think the Lakers are going to just kill the Warriors on the boards. Because people talk about Anthony Davis just having 23 rebounds, but Kevon Looney had 23 rebounds.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to actually edge AD out on the boards. So I expect tomorrow the Warriors to come out on all cylinders, and Steph and Clay shoot the ball better, and I expect them to attack the rim more with Wiggins, GP, and I don't know why they didn't play Kuminga. I think he can help a lot in this series.
The only problem is I don't think that he can adjust to the Warriors offense. Like, because I remember I was speaking with Fluent about this on TikTok. Trying to run in that offense, like, it's extremely difficult because there's a lot of moving parts, ever moving parts. Like, literally, there could be 15 plays that can be drawn up from one play, and there's multiple plays even within that system. And if you don't know what you're doing in that system, you're gonna get played off the floor. I do think that Kuminga is an incredible talent in the league. But I mean, to run in that offense, you have to have extremely high IQ, and I don't think Kuminga has it. As great of a talent I think he is, I just don't think that everybody can run in that Golden State Warriors offense like that.
So you don't think Kerr trusts him?
He wouldn't be playing. He would be playing him more than 3 minutes otherwise.
Yeah, that sounds about right. What's good, Jarrell?
Yeah, give me one.
You say, oh, yeah, I would say I would use Kaminga more for defense because I think for a guy like D'Angelo Russell, Kaminga could be a tyrant for him. So I wouldn't even really be thinking about Kaminga on the offensive end. It's more about what he brings on, like defense, crash. Like I wouldn't even say crash the board, but just energy.
Yeah, I mean you could, but I think it's listen. I feel you in terms of the energy thing, but I think even the defenses that they could run. I just think he would be such a liability on offense within that Warrior system that
Mm.
if he's out of place on a screen, like let's just say that you got Draymond on the top of the key, and and he's supposed to go ahead and send
Hello?
a
Can y'all
double
hear me?
down to. That was it.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Yo, what's up?
Oh no, I'm gonna let my man go, and then I go after him. I just want to make sure y'all can hear me.
No. Go ahead, bro.
No, I wanted to say like part that the Golden State and the Lakers series is very interesting though. BJ. That series is like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like the history with him and Curry and LeBron is crazy. But I wanted to ask y'all not about them, strictly about Draymond. How much do y'all do people trust Draymond in this series? I want to ask that question because a lot of people were picking the Warriors to go 7 games and beat them.
Hold on,
A
you
lot of people.
kind of staticky. You kind of staticky, bro. You kind of staticky.
Okay, hold on.
You might have to ask it from the chat, cause
No, I think he's saying to hold on.
yeah, he asking, do we trust Draymond in the series? I don't know if it's
Honestly,
about. Go ahead.
on my fault. I'll be okay. Because someone brought up an interesting point. JJ brought up a point of like in terms of his antics. I think Draymond understands that those antics aren't going to work on this Lakers team. It's just not. Unfortunately, what Draymond was doing to Sabonis, he can't do that to AD. The league will toss Draymond immediately, especially after everything he just went through with Sabonis. Like, because Sabonis does not have that pedigree, so he can get physical, he can get under him, and it's gonna look bad. He can't do that with this Lakers team because he knows the reputation that he already has right now. His relationship with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. I just don't. I think in terms of what Draymond's going to bring, I think he's more of a liability because I just don't think of what he's going to bring for this team. He can't do, and that's be a pest. And he's not gonna be nasty like a true competitor would, because unfortunately those are his friends. Like those are his friends. I see Steph Curry, going at the Lakers as he should, but I just don't see that pedigree with Draymond. I just don't. I watched him in game one, and like he's not doing anything to like get under Anthony Davis' skin. Nothing. He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything with LeBron. He's just kind of like, you ever seen guys have respect for Michael Jordan so they don't quite do certain things to him because they know what the league is gonna do if it gets too physical? They'd be like, like yo, like who are you to do this to Michael Jordan? It's kind of the same thing with the Lakers. It's just that pedigree. He's not playing with that edge, and I think for Draymond to be Draymond and be effective, he has to play with that edge. I don't think he's gonna take any kind of cheap shots at Anthony Davis. I don't even see him taking any cheap shots at LeBron. So
Yeah, yeah, they're not gonna do that. I mean, because they're first of all, LeBron and him are business partners.
yeah,
You got people saying like, don't don't sell this series for LeBron. Like people really believe in like Draymond would sell this series. So I don't think that he gonna really mess with AD or LeBron like that. And I still think AD's like I said, he's the only real advantage the Lakers have is AD. Everywhere else is the Warriors. Guards, forwards is the Warriors. Bench
I agree.
Warriors. Coach Warriors.
I
Playing
agree.
style Warriors. So my thing is the moment the Lakers tried to play like the Warriors, like they did last night down the stretch of that game, and they came back with a 14-0 run, that can get very out of hand very quick. So that's why I say I look at the team and their playing. I think the Warriors have a better playing style than the Lakers, and the fact that they came off of Game 7 with not even a real day rest, they came like they played on Sunday, had to turn right around and play on Tuesday. So legs, all that was against the Warriors. So that's why I say in Game 2 they're gonna, I think, explode. Same way Boston beat Philly tonight. I think that's how the Warriors gonna beat the Lakers.
Yeah, I can see it. I do think that I think the okay, so maybe not Draymond, but I do think the Warriors overall, or at least Looney, like I'm pretty sure Kurt is gonna tell him like, yo, like you need to be more physical with AD, like off rip, like you need to get into him. You have 6 fouls, and you need to make sure he feels every last one of them. That's what Steve Kerr should be telling any single guy that's going to be guarding, especially Looney. Like, yo, he's your matchup. You've got 6 fouls. You need to make him feel every last one. In my
Yeah.
opinion.
Look at can you see the private chat?
Yeah, he said, my question is everybody picking the Warriors to win the 7-game series. He said, how much do you trust Draymond? Because he faulted Slot about LeBron breaking records. As y'all can see, his coach declined him to hang out with LeBron during a party prior to. Now, what makes you think he couldn't go? Yeah, I can see it. No, I definitely see where he's coming from because yeah, it's kind of weird that reports of Draymond wanting to do all these things with LeBron, all this stuff is coming out now before the game even started. I don't know. It just seems a little coincidence. It seems more like a coincidence, if you ask me. But I did want to ask you though before I get off, BJ. Um, do you think the shot that Jordan Poole took was a good shot?
Uh, when you say a good shot, are you saying he shouldn't have
Like
taken the shot, or could he should just got a better shot?
in terms of just what he got. So when Steph Curry got doubled, it got kicked to Draymond, and then they got kicked to Poole. Would you trust him to take that shot again, 10 out of 10 times, or do you think that there was a better shot they could have gotten off if Steve Kerr would have called a timeout?
Man, if it really is considered a bad shot because he missed it. But I seen Jordan Poole make that shot, and to be quite honest with you, he was really killing the Lakers. So how Jordan Poole works is he rides off his confidence. So you don't want to get on him like for making like 5 shots and then missing one shot, but it had to happen to be like the main shot. Like Jordan Poole, like I think he's earned the right to take that shot
Ooh, okay. You are the first person to actually that
because
I've talked to, yeah, that's actually said that because everyone's been
because
saying, oh, yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
because last night he really is the one that kept him in the game. Because Klay Thompson, I think, missed 12 shots in a row. Steph didn't really get going to the fourth quarter. Like Jordan Poole is the one that put like the spark. I think he hit 6 threes before that shot. So You know, I think he could have got a better shot if you want to say like a better shot because he, probably a little too long. But I'm not going to the locker room tripping about like I think Draymond even said like he doesn't fault Jordan for taking that shot. Like I'm looking at like that's confidence. Like he's a shooter. That's what I mean.
Mm,
So
yeah,
I'm
I
not really
do.
too tripping about it.
No. In terms of the shot, no. In terms of the shot, no. I don't mind Poole getting the last shot. I just think the quality of shot that he took. I think he rushed it just a bit. Now I know he's a pretty good catch and shoot guy. So maybe he could have just been in rhythm. But I do think in terms of because he had, I believe, 7 or 8 seconds left on the shot clock. I think there was a better quality shot he could have gotten behind the arc. Maybe he does a pump fake on Vando because I know because I saw Vando to his side. He takes maybe a dribble or two in and pulls up. Then I don't know. I just think because I'm not mad at him taking the shot, but maybe just a quality shot that he had. I think it could have been better.
Yeah.
But
That's fair.
but as far as tonight goes, bro, listen, I'm tired. I gotta go meet my pops in the morning for our usual the breakfast thing at Kiki's. So I'm gonna catch you later, bro. But I got my notifications turned on for when you do the next live stream or your next vid, and I'll always support y'all guys.
Hey man, respect man. Come back anytime.
Of course. Have a good night, brother.
All right, bro. All right. So that concludes the Pull Up Basketball Podcast, man. Shout out to my man David. Shout out to my man BZ Brooklyn. Shout out to my man Jarrell. All my people in the chat, you know what I'm saying? OC Love, Oaktown. Um, just lounging. The only and one the ball. Everybody that came into the chat, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. We'll be back on tomorrow night after the Warriors and Lakers game. Also, let me get y'all thoughts about Joel Embiid winning the MVP. Could he continue doing that for the rest of the playoffs, or do you guys see Joel Embiid and the Sixers going home? You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments section after this video is complete. For you know what I'm saying? For that, we'll be back on tomorrow night after the game. I'm about to go take a shower and get something to eat and go to bed, bro. But we'll be seeing y'all tomorrow. Until next time, we respectfully say pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull live. Peace. Out of here like swimwear.